and nice bow. Nah, that don't happen right there, okay? And often those who are involved in the creation of something don't get credit for it. So Joe Anderson hardly ever got credit for it. Okay, here we go. Now this will get interesting. McCurry's grandson also acknowledged the work of Anderson in his 1931 book, The Century of the Reaper. Century of the Reaper. Of that day in July 1831, when the Reaper was first tested before an audience of friends, neighbors, and skeptics in the Seminole Valley, Joe Anderson was there, the Negro slave who, through the crowded hours of recent weeks, had helped build the Reaper. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Yes, it does refuse to lose BTS. It does happen a lot. See, that's why I said, as I will enter the group race, we are smart. Look what all the stuff we did event. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Let's go on to the next. Let's see what we get. These five events right here. Benjamin Montgomery. Benjamin Montgomery, which he was born into slavery in 1819 in London County, Virginia. Montgomery obtained employment at a general store owned by his master, Joseph Davis. He would eventually take over the entire purchasing and shipping operation of the store. During those days, merchandise was shipped by boat on the rivers connecting counties and states. However, a timely shipment was not guaranteed since the depth of the water in different spots throughout the river made navigation difficult. Okay, we finna get to what he invented. Okay, we finna get to what he invented. Okay, in the effort to expedite the shipment of merchandise, Montgomery invented a propeller that would cut into the water at different angles, thus allowing the boat to navigate more easily through shallow waters. Montgomery attempted to patent his invention after regaining his freedom, but was rejected again. Again, you know what again means? He was not rejected once, but twice. So these ships, boats that you see sailing and on these lakes and rivers, whatever, in the ocean, they would be maneuvering through that water if it weren't for Benjamin Montgomery. So that's number two. Okay. I said I got five inventions by enslaved black men blocked by the U.S. Patent Office. Okay. Now here we go. Henry Boyd. Henry Boyd was born into enslavement in Kentucky, was an inventor, carpenter, and a master mechanic. He invented the cord bed with the wooden rails screwed into both the headboard and the footboard. According to finalgrave.com, Boyd was unable to patent his invention, but eventually earned enough money to buy freedom for himself and his brother and sister in 1826. So when you sleeping down late at night or early in the morning, whenever you go to bed, lay down in your bed, when you look at the headboard and the foot, and just think, Henry Boyd invented that stuff like that, invented the way they could stay together. Undeterred by the law, barring him from attaining a patent, and now a free man, Boyd, free man. Salute, Brian Black. Thank you for joining us. This history lesson today again. Invention that was stolen because enslaved black men could not patent their invention. See, freedman, Freedman, is the way they spelled it. Okay. Boyd started H. Boyd Company in 1836, selling his invention, the Boyd bedstead. He made sure to stamp his name on every finished product to ensure buyers knew it was his work. To ensure that buyers knew his work. Okay? So buyers could know his work. So that's what everything comes into it right there. Okay? That was everything comes into it right there. Okay? So that right there tells you all you need to know right there. Okay, here we go again. The notable Kentucky African American database record that in 1843 Boyd was among the most successful furniture makers in Cincinnati, Ohio, where his company was based. So he owned his own company in Cincinnati, Ohio, but Kentucky wouldn't. You're right, everything coming out now. Refuse to lose BTS. Okay. And think about it. He had enough money to buy his freedom, his sister's freedom, and his brother's freedom. He made sure he put a stamp on what he made. See, we got to put a stamp on stuff that we make that is good, that go to help society, okay? That was number 3 right there. That was number 3. I told you I had 5 for you. I told you I had 5. Here's number 4 right here. Benjamin Bradley. Benjamin Bradley. He was also born into enslavement around 1830 in Maryland. He was put to work in a printing office at the age of 16, began working with scrap he found, modeling it into a small ship. Let that sink in. Eventually, with an intuitiveness that seemed far beyond him, he improved on his creation until he had built a working steam engine. Think about it. A 16-year-old invented the steam engine. Made from a piece of a gun barrel, piece of round steel, and some nearby junk, according to the blackinventor.com. Bradley's ingenuity earned him a job at the Indianapolis Navy Academy. So he got a job at the Navy Academy, where he was a classroom assistant in the science department, where there he developed a steam engine large enough to drive the first steam-powered warship at 16 knots for warship in the 1840s. He later sold the invention and bought his and his family freedom. You see what they had to go through to get free back then. They invented stuff, they had to sell it to get enough money to buy their own freedom. Although he worked at the Navy Academy. See, everybody want to complain about work. I ain't got a job. You don't have a job. Hey, look at that. These folks, they had no freedom. These folks back then, they had no say. They had no kind of say. Okay, they had no kind of say back then. All they patent, all the stuff they had to give up. All they patent they had to give up to other folks. Okay, that was number 4. Here's number 5. Ned, with a question mark at the end of his first name. Oscar J. E. Stewart, or Stewart, a white Mississippi slave owner, wanted to receive a patent for the invention of a black man, Ned, whom Stewart held in bondage. Ned had invented the cotton scraper. Stewart's request was denied after he could not prove he was the true inventor of the cotton scraper. Stewart possessed penning a letter to the Secretary of Interior, Jacob Thompson, on August 25th, 1858. asserting that the master is the owner of the fruits of the labor of the slave, both manual and intellectually. Okay. That same year, both enslaved blacks were barred from applying for patent and they slave owners on their behalf. Despite numerous rejections, Stewart began manufacturing the creation and reportedly used the testimonial from a fellow plantation owner. I am glad to know that your impediment is the invention of a Negro slave, thus giving the lie to the abolition cry that slavery dwarfs the mind of the Negro. When did a free Negro ever invent anything? You see how they thought about blacks back then? They said, how can? They're thinking blacks cannot invent anything. They think blacks is not smart enough. In the emergence of the Cotton Kingdom in the old Southwest Mississippi, 1770 to 1860, the author states that former Mississippi Governor Albert G. Brown wrote Stewart that his slaves double plow and double plow and scraper went a long way ahead of both the common scraper and Yates, then famous plow and scraper. See, that's the thing. They don't want to give credit what credit is due. Okay? They don't want to give credit what credit is due. They don't want to give credit what credit is due. So it's like they didn't invent nothing. Okay? They're like they invent nothing. Okay, let's go. Yeah, the congenian that she was that Miss Ella Renee was talking about 1794 white American Eli Whitten patented cotton gin, which he invented, or did he? Because they were not citizen black African. It says black African slave could not register any invention with patent. Their owners could not register a slave invention either, since the law required that the patent be issued to the actual inventor. Consequently, any free person wanting to patent something could not acknowledge any contribution from a slave. That it was an easy way to steal a slave's idea and patent them. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. They could not, enslaved black could not patent good patent for their invention. Slave owners could not, even if they wanted to give the credit to their slave, Sloop Lovey start being, if they wanted to give credit to their slave, they couldn't do it either. So guess what? The white man, the white people, if they could steal that invention and get the patent for it, especially if they said the slaves back then didn't help them with it. Okay, let that sink in for a few minutes. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and okay. Let's see. See, they talk about Eli Whitten invented it. Okay, Eli Whitten did invent the cotton gin. So that's it's a whole lot of more invention Okay, let's go take a look at the world. Let's go take a look at the world without black people. Okay, let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at it. I want to take I want to take a look at that because that's very interesting. Just think the world without black people. List of technological innovation brought about by African American inventors. Okay, here we go. Life without black people. A very humorous inventor story is told about a group of white people who were fed up with African Americans, so they joined together and wished themselves away. They passed through a deep dark tunnel and emerged in a sort of twilight zone where there is an America without black people. Okay. At first, these white people breathed a sigh of relief. At last, they said, "No more crime, drug, violence, and welfare. All the all the blacks have gone." So that's how some people think of black people: on welfare, crime, drugs. Okay, think about it. Think about it. Are we the only race of people doing crime, on drugs, on welfare? I don't think so. Then suddenly reality set in. The new America is not America at all. Only BARREN land. That's all it is. Okay. There are very few crops that have flourished because the nation was built on a slave supported system. There are there are no cities with tall skyscrapers because Alexander Mills, a black man, invented the elevator, and without it, one finds great difficulty reaching higher floors. That's kind of funny, ain't it? That's kind of funny. If it wasn't for Alexander Mills, think of all the steps we had to walk up in tall buildings to get to the top floor or get to the next room or next floor, whatever. Just think how many steps we had to climb. Okay, there are a few, if any, cars because Richard Spikes, a black man, invented the automatic gear shift. Joseph Gilbert, also a black, invented the supercharged system for internal combustion engine. And Gary A. Morgan, a black man, invented the traffic signal. Wow. All that go hand in hand. Without the gear shift, we would have no cars. Without the supercharged system for internal combustion engine, hey, we won't have no race car, fast cars out here. Okay, let's continue. And without traffic light, we'll have a whole lot of wrecks. But how that way we're gonna have a whole lot of wrecks when it wasn't for the other two inventions? We'd be still doing horse and carriage, horse and buggy, walking a whole lot of places. Furthermore, number four, furthermore, one could not use the rapid transit system because its procurer was the electric trolley, which was invented by another black man, Albert R. Robertson. See, before the transit system in all these other states, New York, Atlanta, Chicago, California, all the other cities, they got rapid transportation. That was the trolley, invented by a black man. Okay, if it's electric trolley, how you think they won't get around back then? And number five, I told you we're going through a history lesson tonight. Uh, who all is watching, enjoying the history lesson right now? Give us some flames and hit that like button. Okay. Number five, even if there was streets on which cars and rapid transit systems could operate, they were cluttered with paper because an African American, Charles Brooke, invented a street sweeper. Okay, let that sit in. Let that sit in. Okay, say we did have cars. You know how much paper be on the road if Charles Brooks didn't invent the street sweeper? Just think about it. Hmm. Mm. That's a lot of paper. You better pick up on the yard. Number 6, there were few, if any, newspaper magazines and books because John Love invented the pencil sharpener, William Purvis invented the fountain pen, and Lee Barge invented the typewriter machine, and W.A. Love invented the advanced printer press. They were all, you guessed it, black. See, we wouldn't have no books, no newspaper, no magazine. Cause Prince Sharper wasn't invented. They couldn't write back then. If he did, if Lee Barge didn't invent the typewriter machine, it'd be hard to get it back a deadline. Write it all out. We won't be getting newspaper, no magazines. We sure hell we'll have no movies because how you gonna write a script? Just think how long it take to write a script. It take a long time to out by hand when you easily do it by a typewriter. Okay, let's move it on. 7. Even if Americans could write their letters, articles, and books, they would not have been transported by mail because William Berry invented the postmarking and counseling machine. Raymond Proust invented the hand stamp, and Phil Downing invented the letter dropper. Hmm. Now you know how we get our mail now, huh? See, we wouldn't have no mailbox sitting there at some store where we go drop the letter off in there. We never would have, and we won't be getting no letter if he didn't invent the postmarking of it, a castle of it, castle machine. And then we sure know what we get that if we improved that invent the hand stamp. See, I'm gonna get a history lesson when I come on here. I'm gonna get a history lesson or invention. See, and guess what? There's gonna be some other stuff too. Number 8, the lawns were brown and withered because Joseph Smith invented the lawn sprinkler and John Burke the lawn mower. Hmm. I told you about them two the other night. I told you about them two the other night. Just think how dry our grass would be. We got a yard if it was for the sprinkler system. Just think how the grass be growing up if John Burr didn't invent the lawnmower. Yes, they did refuse to lose BTS. Yes, they did. Number 9, people might think this is kind of boring what I'm doing. This is knowledge. And what Toothless Tigers say, and I always say, knowledge is power, and power is knowledge. If you got power, you got to have the knowledge. If you got knowledge, you own the power because they can't take that knowledge away from you. Let's move on to another time. Let's move on to number 9. When they entered their home, they found them to be poorly ventilated and poorly heated. You see, Frederick Jones. See, I'm gonna see. Let me see. Do anybody out there know who Frederick Jones is? Who know what Frederick Jones invented? Is it hot where y'all at? How y'all gonna cool off? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and read it. If we're gonna read it, Frederick Jones invented the air conditioner. So when it's hot outside, you go inside. Just think about it. Just think about it. You go outside, come in because the AC. Think about all the builders, even at your worst place, got air conditioning. Freddy Jones invented the air conditioner. And guess what? Alice Parker, the heated furnace, their home was also dim. But of course, Lewis later invented the electric lamp. You were close. It got a fan in it, but you were close. See, they also invented the furnace. So guess what? Then their home was also dim, but of course, Lewis later invented the electric lamp. Michael Hart invented the lantern, and Granville T. Woods invented the automatic cutoff switch. Their home was also filtered because Thomas W. Stewart invented the mop and Lord P. Ray the dustpan. Just think about it. All the stuff that we use today was invented by black men and some black females. Okay. Number 10, that children met them at the door, barefooted, shabby, motley, and unkempt. But what could one expect? Jan E. Mazzigli invented the shoe-lasting machine. Walter Simmons invented the comb. Sarah Boone invented the ironing board, and George T. Simmons invented the clothes dryer. All that stuff you see, we knew about. I told you about Sarah Boone and the iron board. I told you about George T. Sherman, some more about the clothes dryer. Shoe lasting machine. Somebody look that up and tell me what that is. A shoe lasting machine is. Okay. And William Seven invented the comb. Just think about it. How you comb your hair. Every time you go in the store and look at a comb, it was invented by a black man. Okay. Number 11. Finally, they were decided to at least have dinner amongst all this turmoil. But here again, the food had spoiled because another black man, John Standard, invented the refrigerator. Just think, it's John Stewart Standard that invented the refrigerator. A whole lot of food would be spoiling right now, right? Am I right? A whole lot of food would be spoiling. Now, isn't that something? What would this country be like without the contribution of blacks as African Americans? Just think about it. What would this country be without these black inventions? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna find something. Okay, let's see. See, we got a whole lot of inventions out there. Okay. 30 reason. Here's 30 reason to thank a black person. Okay. 30 reason. Number 1, automatic gift ship. We know that. America's first clock. Benjamin Benedict. He was a farmer, mathematician, astronomer, land surveyor, and the subject of a Stevie Wonder song. Okay, I want to I want to play a little something here for y'all right quick. Play some little something for you. This is for all the ladies out there, all the great ladies out there. Okay, it's all for the great ladies out there. Yeah. That was for the ladies. That was for the ladies out there. That was for the ladies out there. How y'all like that? How y'all like that right there? And I got one more from this wonderful, beautiful, I would call her a young lady that I happen to know in this town. She got a beautiful voice. She got a beautiful voice. I'll see the live, and I plan on going to see her live again. And I might have something else special planned if I can find her other CD. Okay, but let's get back to what we was talking about. Okay, let's get back to what we were talking about. Okay, that was just a little instrumental break right there. Y'all like that song right there? Y'all like it? If you like that song, give me a lot of flames. Give me a lot of flames. Give me a lot of flames. Okay, give me a lot of flames. But back to some more inventions by a black by blacks. Okay, the blimp. The blimp was invented by a black person, John Prickling. Prickling. He was the first. He was the first blimp to have an electric motor and a directional control. Goodyear better have this man's picture in their lobby. Sure enough, sure enough, they better have this man picture up. Because all these blimps played at the football game, baseball game, basketball game, at the Olympics. Okay. The golf tee. The golf tee. Dr. George Grant invented the golf tee. They say he was an avid golfer, but not a great one. Hopefully, his patent improves his game. But guess what? Tiger Woods, Phil Nicholson, all the great golfers, they wouldn't be that great a golfer if they had a tee to tee the ball off from the start. To put the ball on from the start. That'd been a long game. I know some of you out there got a home security system, right? But what their home security system how it goes is their home security system wasn't like the ones of today, like today, but she invented Marie Van Britton Brown. And television had been part of home security ever since. So when you look around, you got your camera pointing out the ring doorbell and all of the other security that you got in your house. Think about it. Think about a black woman invented that, okay? Ice cream scoop. But I got an ice cream scoop at my house. But guess what? Who else got an ice cream scoop? We be digging ice cream out like we used to with a spoon. We know about the iron board, the lawnmower, the lawn sprinkler, the mailbox. Phil Downing, before his disadvantage, people had to make a long trip to the post office to mail a letter. I love you. Just think if we have no mailboxes and we got to mail a letter, or we got to go get a letter, or we got to go get a bill, you think you can make that walk to the post office to mail that letter, get that bill? That's a long walk. The modern lock. The modern lock. See, his patent, Washington Martin, his patent was an improvement of on the 4,000-year-old Chinese boat. So the locks we use today, said thank you to Washington Martin, Mr. Washington Martin. Thank you for inventing the lock. The toilet, the toilet, the toilet, the toilet. He influenced several major patents, but it's this one we appreciate most. Not to knock the multi-use table, or the refrigerators for dead bodies. The toilet. We be going outside taking one, or using the porta john, or using the outhouse. Who out there remember had their grandmama, great grandmama, granddaddy, whoever had them telling the story about the outhouse, or whoever used the outhouse before? Show me the sign who used the outhouse before, or were told about using the outhouse. If you have used the outhouse or been told about how they had used the bathroom outside in the outhouse, give it a thumbs up. I know. The pacemakers. Otis Borkin. Otis Borkin. Salute, Tanae. Salute. The pacemaker. Just think how many our significant other, our relatives who had heart problem would be where they'd be right now if we went for the pacemaker. I know we had a whole lot of I know a whole lot of us out there had went to school with a pencil sharpener as part of a back to school thing, sharpen down pencil. The pencil sharpener, the portable pencil sharpener, was invented by John Lee Love. I told you about in my last video. I told you about the potato chips. Okay, the reversible baby stroller. If y'all wonder what the reversible baby stroller is, it's what it is today. It's a stroller today where the baby sits, where the mom and dad pushing the stroller, and the child is facing away from the mom and dad instead of facing towards it. The super soaker. Whoever played with a super soaker when they were little, or still play with a super soaker now. If I had one, I play with it too. I play with it. I play with it now. The suspenders were invented by a black man. The thermostat and temperature control. It's kind of hard to control the air conditioning and heating in your house without the thermostat and the temperature control. See, that was invented by Frederick Jones. See, he invented the air conditioning equipment that go to the freezer because it make it possible to transport food and blood during World War II. Levy, how is your nephew doing? He got a pacemaker. That was a God sent that a black man invented a pacemaker for your nephew to have one. Touch tone telephone. That was good. Okay. Dr. Shirley Ann Jackson. See, it wasn't just black men inventing invention that we still use today. Our sisters were inventing stuff today. And that's not the only way Dr. Jackson made our telecommunication lives easier, along with being the first African American woman to earn a PhD from MIT. She gave us a portable fax machine, caller ID, call waiting, and the fiber optic cables. Just think about it. Fax machine, you can't fax nothing over to nobody, right? Call ID. If we didn't have call ID, we on our cell phone, we wouldn't be able to see who calling us. Call waiting. We won't have to, if we didn't have call waiting, we couldn't put nobody on hold like, hello, Hold on for a minute. And click over to see who is calling and tell them we're calling them back. And we showed them where we've been having no cable. It was for the fiber optic cable or anything else for whatever it means. Cause get what, they're built on the ground. So that's just all of it. If you got something to say, the link is up in the top. If you want to come on and say a few things, and I know our boy Mr. Skinny, the head of the table, about to get ready to do his live in 8 minutes. So you got anything to say? I'm going to drop the link in there into the. Although I do have that up top, I'm going to pin it, put it in. If you have any suggestion on what topic you want me to talk about, either Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, give me some suggestions so I do my research and I can bring it to you like I'm supposed to bring it to you. Okay? So this is a lesson, history lesson, fact lesson. When you look around, think to yourself, wow, ask yourself, what have been the event about black men? And guess what? I'm finna get ready. I'm finna get ready to get out of here. Get ready to go out. Get ready to get out of here. But I got one more song to play, and I let you know the name of this artist. Her name is Lundy, the artist that I've been playing. Okay, listen to this song very carefully. Carefully, tongue tied. And if you like this song, give me a whole bunch of flames. Okay. Yeah, that's was my friend Lundy, the artist, and I know her personally, and I'm gonna try to get her on my show one of these days. Hopefully, I should try to schedule an interview with her, but our schedule's not. You know how that go, but I'm gonna try to get an interview with her. But I got few more of her other songs, and I got a little something too. But till next time, remember what she said in the song. Smile. Guess what? We're gonna be all right. Flame it up as we go out the door. Okay, flame it up as we go out the door.